So I'm gonna give a quick little update before I ride today. I'm just at work at a client's place, the same client where I keep George. So a little bit of an update on George. If you guys don't follow my Instagram, you probably won't know any of this. Oh my god. So I talked a little while ago on my YouTube channel about the fact that George was having some issues, and then I updated more recently on my Instagram. So basically we drew blood to test for EPM, and he came back positive with exposure to EPM, so it doesn't confirm if he has the virus for sure or not, but it means he's at least been exposed to it. So we're currently treating him for EPM, but if the treatment does not work, it either means that the EPM has progressed to the stage where it's chronically damaged some of his neurological tissues, or it means that he does in fact have wobblers, which is what we were initially thinking. So the good news about both of these problems is that oh my god, George is not nice. The good news about both these problems is that they don't cause pain. They're neurological issues, so they affect his range of motion and ability to move around, but it doesn't cause pain like a different type of lameness issue. So he's pretty happy to be around, and he still loves attention, likes his scratches, hanging out with his friends, gets to go outside, eating well, and all that fun stuff. But if we can't improve his range of motion and way of walking, then we can't keep him long term. So basically keeping him around now is just for treatment to see if we can make the issue better. But if we can't, I can't even pick up his feet at this point without him losing balance and wanting to fall. So it's not something that we can deal with long term. So, oh my god, Banksy. So, yeah, that's kind of where it's at. I am doing everything I can to help him, and we're really hoping that the marquee will treat his issues. But again, if it doesn't, it's not fair to him as a coming 5-year-old horse to not be able to even get his feet trimmed or do normal young horse things. So at this point, I'm just trying to make him pasture sound. Best case scenario, he would come back to be able to do some riding if it is the EPM. But if he's only pasture sound, that's cool, so long as he can be safe and can get his feet trimmed. Now, the other thing I just want to quickly address is the fact that even though I share much of my life on social media, I am still a person. And people have made this exceedingly difficult to deal with. I haven't updated as much on YouTube because it's more work to film, and I just haven't been feeling doing YouTube. Stop trying to eat my helmet. But on the places where I have updated, I've had people claim that I'm being selfish and mistreating him by keeping him around to treat for the EPM in case it is in fact treatable, which my vet thinks there's a good enough chance that it'll come back and be pasture sound that it's worth to treat him for it. But I have people saying that I'm being selfish for doing that, and that he's suffering and he's in pain, has poor quality of life. And then on the flip side, I can't win either way, because if I did just euthanize him, I'd have people saying that I jumped the gun on euthanizing him and I'm being selfish for that. So the reason why I'm saying this is because I just want to reiterate the fact that dealing with these types of things with your animals is crappy enough as it is without people being judgmental and rude about it. And no one cares more about this horse than those personally involved with him. And no one knows more about what's going on than those personally involved with him. I think it's foolish for people to assume that I post every single detail of everything we've tried online. Because frankly, I don't have to. It's none of your business. We're dealing with it, and the reason why I'm sharing it is because I know people like George, and that he's been a prominent figure on my social media. But I'm under no obligation to give you guys every single detail, and I feel like I share a lot compared to a lot of other accounts, because this is the reality of owning horses. But that doesn't mean I want people to judge me and make a situation that has already been difficult even harder, because I love my horses, and this has been really crappy, but it's made crappier when I have people jumping in and claiming that I'm being awful to my horses or doing this or that, when we're really just doing our best because we love George and we want him to have the very best life. And at the end of the day, we have to be pragmatic, and if we can't make him pasture sound long term, then it's not something we can continue on doing. And I've already said that numerous times, so I'm just clarifying this. It sucks. Oh my goodness. And I'm glad to have him around for now, and I'm really hoping that the marquee will work. He's not been on it very long. It's not long enough to say anything about it, but yeah, we're hoping that it will work, because he's been through the ringer already. He doesn't deserve to be dealing with this again. And then the last thing that I want to say is that I've had people blame his issues on racing. Oh my god, Banksy! That's not a toy! They've blamed it on the racing industry, and both Wobblers and EPM have absolutely nothing to do with racing. Wobblers is an issue that they would be born with, and then it's just a matter of when it presents itself, because it pinches their spinal nerves and gradually paralyzes them. And while if you catch it really early before it starts damaging their nerves, it's treatable. At George's stage, if he has it, it would not be treatable because the nerves are already damaged. And EPM is a parasite disease contracted from possum poo, which again has nothing to do with racing. So this sucks for him, and it sucks for me, and sucks for everyone who loves him, but it has nothing to do with racing. And I'm really tired of people trying to jump in and act like social justice warriors about something that has no basis for what they're doing. And frankly, like, there's so many people at the track who love this horse, and it's just downright nasty for people to be blaming them for an issue that's not even caused by the track. Apparently my helmet is really cool, but yeah, so that's kind of where we're at. I'll keep you guys posted because we're just really hoping that he'll come out of this to be pasture sound, and that would be awesome. So guys, thanks, you're irritating everyone, including myself. But yeah, he's still very much his old George self personality wise. He just can't, his body is betraying him, and that part of it sucks. But he's a good uncle figure to Banksy, putting him in his place and doing stuff like that. But yeah, like, we were hoping for the EPM results to come back positive because it's the only thing that's treatable. But the tricky thing is that his issues could be caused from acute swelling that will be treated with the medication once the parasite dies, or it could have caused chronic damage. So we just kind of have to wait and see. And yeah, he's quite wobbly. He is a wiggly wobbly worm, but my vet said it's worth to try the treatment because there is a decent chance he can come back to be pasture sound, and if we can do that, then he's good to go to be a pasture. But yeah, as far as I'm concerned, his competitive career is over unless we are very lucky, and it's not really about bringing him back for my own selfish reasons to be able to ride him. It's about doing what we can to make his life quality and have him be safe. So that's kind of the plan, and as we progress with the treatment, we'll see how it goes, and hopefully it will work. And then if it doesn't work, we will love him, and we've been giving him lots of treats and surrounding him with love, and he will leave the world exceptionally loved by everybody. So this is going to be a bit of a mishmash vlog because I'm just going to include old clips that I've taken. I haven't really been filming a ton, and I've definitely not been vlogging just because it's been very stressful. And up until we got the blood test back with EPM, I was like literally crying every day because I had to come and see him, and we were waiting for the blood test, and we just didn't know fully what was going on, and he looked bad, and we kept getting bad news, and it really sucked. And then couple that with all the drama that I have to deal with on social media, and it's just so hard. I decided to share what was going on because of the fact that I didn't want to deal with it after if we had to put him down, because that would be a time where I'd be even more fragile. And on top of that, I know if I waited and did it suddenly, people would have all this speculation about like why it happened and all that, and I didn't want to deal with that. So I've been pretty open, but again, I trust the process of my vets, and I trust what we've been doing, and we're giving him the best chance that we can. And I've done a lot to try to help this horse. And Banksy's 14 hands now, and he's very dirty and gross right now, as is George. They've clearly been having fun in the mud. So yeah, Banksy loves his George, and so do I. Dirty George. Hi, buddy. Hi, Mr. Man. Yeah, so when he backs, he loses his hind end, but that's actually better than it was. So it's kind of on and off, but he's still obviously very wobbly. I haven't tried picking up his feet again because I don't want him to fall on me. But yeah, he's doing his best. Anyways, I'm going to be hopefully producing more content that is more structured and less willy-nilly, like random updates like what I've been doing. But life has been just kicking my ass lately, so it's been really hard to like actually plan videos and have the motivation to do them. So with that said, after this one, I'm hoping to do a video on trailer loading and how I got Milo better in the trailer and whatnot. And then hopefully more show vlogs and like other types of fun videos as the weather gets better. But yeah, the past few months have just been awful. So yeah, sunnier days are to come, I hope. Another thing that I just want to touch on briefly is that if anyone wants to check out my store, now is the time to do it, because George's vet bills in just the last 30 days have been rather amazing, to say the least. He's very good at racking up vet bills. So the treatment for EPM Marquis is very expensive. So I'm going to be shamelessly self-promoting a lot, and I've been picking up a lot of extra jobs and just working a ton, which is also why my YouTube channel is taking a hit, because when I get home from work, I'm tired and I do not want to edit, and I also have had way less time to even film footage. So if you check out the links down below, you can check out my store and some other things if you are interested in contributing towards George's vet bills. We just added some new designs with George's face on them that are very cute. So those are up, and yeah, I would very much appreciate it if you're looking to add to your wardrobe anyways. Vet bills suck. EPM sucks. It's very expensive to deal with, and it sucks. But at least if it is EPM that he's dealing with, there's a hope that he can come back from this, which is all I really want. Anyways, the clips that I'm going to include after these ones are from like the last 2 days or the last week, just some schooling days where I got video. And yeah, so that's that. Hope you enjoy these mismatch of clips, and I'm sorry for putting out such shitty content lately, but life is hard. Being an adult is hard. Oh, just to add, if you guys want regular updates on George, I'm doing more regular ones on my Instagram or my Twitter account, and the links are down below in the bio if you want to check those out. Yeah. Good boy. What a good bean. Good boy. Good boy. Good boy. So this is kind of where you can see his wobbliness. His head shakes side to side, and he walks like with his front legs more further apart than usual because he's putting most of his weight on the front end right now because his hind end isn't working properly. I would think of it similarly to like as people when they start to lose control of their legs and paralysis, etc. It doesn't hurt him, but he can't move properly and his body is betraying him, which is not fair, my boy. I know life is not fair to you at all. You've dealt with way too much stuff. He likes looking out of the window here though. Every time I drive in, he watch. My truck windows are disgusting, I know, but yeah, he love it.